In January 2024, to be exact, on the 8th of January this year, I assumed the role of Acting Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the FCCPC, following the exit of the Commission's pioneer Chief Executive, Mr. Babatunde Irukera. As a substantive Executive Commissioner of Operations, I had prior experience navigating the complexities of the FCCPC. This enabled me to quickly assume my role and focus on fulfilling the Commission's legal mandate while aligning them with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. In the last 7 months, the Commission actively worked to prevent anti-competitive practices, protect consumers, and foster a competitive market. Our efforts included enforcing the FCCPA, reviewing measures, conducting investigations, and engaging in consumer and business education, amongst others. We carried out actions on fair food pricing and enforcement against deceptive practices. And to address public concerns over soaring food prices, the FCCPC implemented measures to curb price gouging, promote fair competition, and protect consumers. We monitored markets, partnered with stakeholders, enforced pricing transparency, and sensitized consumers. We monitored markets and also took action against underweight bags of rice, the sale of expired goods, cement price hikes, substandard iron rods, and alleged discriminatory practices in the Chinese supermarket. These efforts underscore the government's dedication to safeguarding Nigerian consumers and fostering a fair marketplace. In the field of data analysis, the Commission is currently implementing data analysis techniques to systematically analyze consumer complaints to help in identifying patterns of unfair practices leading to targeted interventions and improved consumer protection measures. The Commission continued to advocate for the rights of Nigerian consumers, particularly in the digital money lending industry, while implementing the limited interim regulation and registration framework and guidelines for digital lending to regulate the activities of digital money lenders, DMLs, otherwise referred to as loan sharks. These steps include ensuring that all DMLs register with the FCCPC, operate legally and are identifiable, ensure fair conditions with no hidden fees, observe a cap on punitive interest rates to prevent exploitation, and engage in responsible lending practices to avoid overburdening borrowers. Under investigations and enforcement of the FCCPA, to uphold the sanctity of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act of 2018 and successfully implement its provisions, the Commission diligently prosecuted cases involving offenders of the law. Notably, on Friday, May 17th, 2024, the Federal High Court, sitting in Lagos, delivered a landmark judgment convicting Dr. Anuolu Wakpo, Funmilayo Adepoju, and Medcontour Services Limited on all 5 counts of obstructing an investigation by the FCCPC. The court upheld the FCCPC's broad investigative powers under the FCCPA, ruling that the Act applies to, quote, all undertakings and all commercial activities and quotes within Nigeria, including health services related to consumer protection. This judgment strengthened the FCCPC's authority to investigate consumer rights violations across all sectors, including health care, and serves as a warning to businesses that impede or obstruct regulatory investigations. In another development, the Federal High Court struck out a lawsuit filed by the Center for Social Justice against the FCCPC in suit number FHE/ABJ/CS/1210 of 2020. In collaboration with the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, the Commission initiated investigations against international airlines over high airfares, leading to the release of their lowest inventories in the Nigerian market, which had been geographically blocked due to trapped funds. Furthermore, only last week, FCPC issued a final order and imposed a monetary penalty of $220 million against Meta Platforms Inc. and WhatsApp LLC over discriminatory practices in Nigeria. The Commission identified its engagement with ministries, departments, and agencies and stakeholders to sign separate MOUs in compliance with the FCCPA. Under merger reviews, the Commission conducted a series of merger reviews to prevent anti-competitive practices in mergers and acquisitions, helping to preserve consumer choices by preventing large companies from unnecessarily acquiring smaller competitors and restricting options. From inception, the Commission has received a total of 294 transactions, out of which 22 were approved in 2024, while 8 applications are currently being reviewed. In its consumer and business education efforts, the Commission carried out targeted programs, as well as sustained its public awareness programs in different radio stations. These include Berekete Family Reality Radio program and FCPC Hour on Electricity, both on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Second is Traffic Radio 107.1 FM, FCPC NYC CDS Volunteer Group, the NYC Camp Visitation Awareness Program, Secondary School Sensitization Campaign in the North Central Geopolitical Zone, which comprises Plateau, Nasarawa, Benue, Kogi, and Kwara states, as well as the commemoration of the World Consumer Rights Day 2024. Also, sensitization of all tertiary institutions in Abuja, FCT, engagement with consumer protection groups and non-government organizations, market sensitization campaigns in Abuja, sensitization workshop on forceful ripening of fruits, adulterated palm oil, contaminated meat and grains, and designing of consumer rights charter. The Commission is also carrying out a review on the standalone curriculum for consumer education in secondary schools across the country. Under stakeholders coordination, to properly coordinate the Commission's diverse stakeholders to ensure inclusivity and citizen participation in its affairs, the Commission introduced sensitization conferences for traditional rulers, religious leaders, and other stakeholders to enhance their capacity to serve as champion agents for consumer empowerment within their spheres of influence. The maiden edition was held successfully in Bauchi State on June 2024, while many more are expected to be held across the country very soon. Electricity consumer complaints. It is a well-known fact that inadequate supply of electricity is one of the biggest challenges facing Nigeria today, with huge implications for both national economic growth and the well-being of consumers. Consequently, complaints about poor service delivery by electricity distribution companies, these are DISCOs, are by far the highest category of complaints received by FCCPC. The most common consumer complaints in the industry include exploitative billing, unlawful disconnection, non-metering of consumers, lack of transformers, and other salient issues. Given the relevance of electricity as a critical utility, the Commission prioritized intervention in the industry to tackle prevailing issues and improve service delivery by implementing various programs and initiatives aimed at promoting transparency and accountability in this sector. To that end, the Commission, with the support of MacArthur Foundation, hosted 2 separate electricity consumer complaint resolution platforms for 4 days each in Bauchi and Lagos for consumers under the franchise area of the Just Electricity Distribution Company and Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company, respectively. The events provided the Commission, the electricity distribution companies, the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, and Nigeria Electricity Management Services Agency, NEMSA, the opportunity to provide on-the-spot resolution to restricted consumer complaints. In addition, we have continued to routinely resolve electricity and other complaints daily under stakeholder partnerships and national collaborations. To sustain consumer protection frameworks, the Commission collaborated with electorate bodies and national organizations. Due to the stellar work in regulating the digital market, including the enforcement against digital money lenders and the investigation of major social media platforms, the Commission has been approached by several development partners, particularly the ECOWAS Regional Competition Authority, ECA, to conduct market inquiries in the digital market sector. This has led to further collaboration with sector-specific regulators such as the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Nigeria Data Protection Commission, NDPC. In furtherance of its international collaboration efforts, the Commission signed an MOU with the Russian Competition Authority, FAS. Under tobacco control and monitoring compliance, following a 3-year investigation, the Commission is currently monitoring the activities of a major tobacco company for compliance with national conventions, the National Tobacco Control Act, and regulations to prevent potential anti-competitive practices. The Commission has launched a multifaceted campaign to combat underage tobacco use and protect vulnerable populations. Key initiatives in this respect include the Don't Ban Their Future advocacy program, the Faith and Fortune television series, and the retail shop campaign across 10 states. Under human resource and capacity development, in its determination to bridge the identified knowledge skill gaps towards enhancing the performance of the staff of the SCPC, who are key stakeholders in the implementation of the government's Renewed Hope agenda. The Commission has sustained its general training, as well as a series of fit-for-purpose training programs that are aimed at meeting specific needs of professionals in the operations departments. Amongst the training programs recently implemented, general capacity building on administrative processes and procedures held at the Public Service Institute of Nigeria, Abuja, with virtually all the 309 staff of the Commission as beneficiaries. The workshop on digital platforms and competition policy for 30 officers, JICA sponsored training on business competition law, fact-checking course, and strategic communication and media management course for 30 officers currently ongoing in Abuja. Under restructuring of SCPC outstations, following a recent on-the-spot assessment tour of the zonal and state offices, the Commission initiated measures aimed at restructuring the outstations to make them more efficient and bring the services of the Commission to the doorsteps of Nigerians, even at the grassroots. This is evident in the recent redeployment of certain categories of officers to strengthen the outstations, improve supply of office equipment to the outstations, and replication of key headquarters activities at zonal and state offices. For the records, we have offices in Oshogbo for the southwest, in Oka for the southeast, in Port Harcourt for the south-south, and in the northwest we have an office in Katsina, in Mina for the north central, and in Bauchi for northwest. We as well have state offices in Lagos and Kano. Under staff motivation, the Commission has demonstrated commitment to regular promotion of staff as and when due, provision of conducive work environment, as well as pursuit of other staff welfare matters such as healthcare and insurance, all of which are targeted at boosting staff morale for enhanced performance. The FCPC is sustaining its culture of prompt response and implementation of emerging government policies, such as the new provisions in the public service rules and external service-wide circulars, among others, to keep the Commission constantly in tandem with and abreast of developments in the larger public sector. Under cutting down of cost of governance and in compliance with the cost-cutting drive of the federal government, the Commission recently introduced network printing, an alternative power source leveraging solar panels, among other measures aimed at reducing the cost of governance. We have reintroduced employee clocking system to ensure that government gets value for expenditure on personnel emoluments. The Commission reintroduced the employee clocking system It is intended to enhance efficient management of staff attendance records, to enforce strict compliance with government policy on official working hours, enhancement of access control. The Commission has also initiated measures to enhance access control in and around the FCPC premises, ensuring adequate protection of lives and property. The access control measures include security checks as a precondition for granting visitors and staff members access to the Commission's premises. In conclusion, as you can see from the foregoing, the Commission has been working tirelessly and assiduously to promote competition and protect consumers, to create a vibrant economy that benefits both businesses and Nigerians. Gentlemen of the press, on behalf of the management and staff of the SCPC, I must at this point extend our deepest gratitude to you for your unwavering support throughout the first year of 2024. Your dedication to disseminating information about our activities has been instrumental in raising public awareness about consumer rights and promoting fair market practices in Nigeria. Through your insightful reporting, you have empowered consumers and enabled the FCPC to achieve significant milestones in protecting Nigerians from exploitation. We look forward to continuing this productive partnership in the month ahead. Thank you again for your rapt attention. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.